Hi guys, it's Ryan Martin here from Revive and from www.reviveyourself.co. Now, I never really want to get drawn in on debates really because I just like to really promote healthy living and just doing things in a way that I find conducive, like holistic health. But um, been asked to comment about something that's been going on recently, and it was a post that was shared by quite a few people, which was involving a lean in 15 mil from a guy called Joe Wicks, who's become quite prominent these days on the health and fitness scene. Don't know about health, but fitness scene, and another meal from KFC. And although I'm going to say that Joe Wicks, if you're actually looking for health and etc., and to get to your optimal health, levels of health, or just to get rid of a chronic condition or anything like that, he's not going to be the guy you want to follow. Now, in terms of getting people to eat better, or eat whole foods rather than processed foods and drink more water, you can't really criticise a guy for that. So fair play to him. There you go. Um, and a few of the other things he said that haven't been great, like get people to exercise less and eat more, for example. Well, in general, there's four ways you can approach it. You can get people, especially the body. The body needs to be manipulated in a different amount of ways. Otherwise, it just gets used to what it's doing. So you can eat less, exercise more. You can eat more, exercise more. You can eat more, exercise less, and you can eat less and exercise less. So there's four variables around that, and you can play around with that and go into it. But just on him. I mean, I've never what I've seen of him. I'm not his greatest fan. I think he's a bit of a plonker, to be honest with you. But when you've got that much money for marketing around you, you're always going to get promoted. And good luck to the guy. He's doing successful, and he is getting people to eat at least whole foods, real foods. Um, some of the stuff he promotes, like microwaves and using rancid oils, and at least he does promote coconut oil, which is good. But none of his produce is organic, and a few of the things he puts together aren't going to be great. But look, his meal, what actually happened, what the post was about was he had a meal up here for like 12,000 calories or something like that, and there was a meal from KFC that come to about 800 calories, and people were saying, what meal do you think's best? Obviously, people were thinking he is in what meal's best. What meal's got less calories, I should say. And obviously, people were thinking his meal, and then people say, well, no, actually, it's the meal from KFC, which is better for you. It's going to keep you leaner. Well, got news for you. That's not true. Now, anyone who can say they'd rather eat a meal from KFC than a meal that's been made with real food, real ingredients, they don't really know that much about health or nutrition. Now, the food from KFC, let's just go into it. It's gonna be deep fried. As soon as you're frying, you're turning fats into hydrogenated fats. You're hydrogenating them, and the body's not gonna be able to deal with them at all. It's completely toxic for the body. Second of all, they're going to be using toxic oils, rancid oils, things like canola oil, rapeseed oils, cheap oils that are basically no better than plastic when put in the body. Then the chicken that KFC are going to be using is going to be pumped full of vaccines and hormones and antibiotics. They're going to be fed probably corn, GMO corn, and not. They're going to be kept in cages. KFC even now like breeding their chicken without feathers and without beaks because it costs them more to take care of them, and they can get more in. Um, they fed petroleum pellets as well as sawdust. This is a diseased animal. If you want to get disease, eat this chicken. If you want to get disease, and use the oils they're using, etc. So when it comes to calories in, calories out, in terms of losing weight, it's not as simple as that. The body isn't a calorific machine where I think I'll do a longer post on this, but I think it was Wilma who made the first calorie machine where you put it in, and it calculated how many units of energy it used to turn that food into dust. Well, we don't use food that way. Now, if you give me an organic sweet potato, that's going to be 500 calories, for example, and you got a slice of pizza there from one of your favourite pizza companies for 300 calories, I'm going to have the sweet potato every single day of the week, and it's going to make me leaner, and it's going to make me healthier. As to why? Because my body can utilize everything that's in that potato. It can digest it, assimilate it, metabolize it, and eliminate it. Whereas when I'm eating pizza, that's been made from, obviously you've got wheat in there, gluten, highly allergenic things, braden glyphosate, probably herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, larvicides, insecticides, rodenticides, chemical fertilizers that are all going to destroy the gut and your gut flora. Then you've got the homogenized pasteurized cheese on top with all the probably the processed meats, etc. It's just a health disaster. And if you wanna put on weight, then that's saying that you should keep on eating. And it's like these shows like The Big Loser that say, well, you burn more calories than you're putting in, you're going to lose weight. Well, that's right for a certain amount of time, but if you go and you look at the contestants on those shows a year later, they've all rebounded. And also, when you're putting in less calories and burning more, fair enough, it works for a certain amount of time, as I said, but are these individuals healthy? Are they having all the vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, enzymes, etc. their body needs? No. And when you're putting in foods that aren't nutritious and they're heavily toxic to the body, well, guess what? There's only a certain level of toxicity the body can handle before it goes, no thank you, and you start getting things like rashes, skin rashes, bloating, disease, illness, all sorts of things that come on, especially weight gain. Now, this is why eating organic whole foods is a must, or at least whole foods. If you need to wash them properly if they're not organic for what they've been sprayed in. So, although this guy's a bit of a wally, and what he's saying is it doesn't really matter, right, you keep on eating extreme high calorie foods, yeah, you're going to put on weight, especially if you're not exercising, and you're just sitting there, you can't just sit there and eat 3 huge meals all the time full of calories. But if you listen to your body, and you eat when you're hungry, and you eat a meal that's been made with whole foods and high quality foods and good fats, your body's going to be able to digest it, eliminate it, assimilate it, etc., metabolize it. You're going to be in a different world health-wise and weight-wise than if you're eating foods that are processed. Now, I'm going to say, sorry, my arms are taking there. I'm going to say, if you don't believe me, then you can just take a deeper look into what these foods do. If you're having these processed foods and toxic foods, they affect your hormones, they wreak havoc on your endocrine system, and after a while, you get fat-soluble toxins, and that's why people get fat. Their body swells up because their body can't release that many toxins. If they did, the liver would be destroyed, and you get very, very ill. You go into like a healing crisis. So the body starts storing fat, and then the fat itself starts becoming active, and it starts producing its own hormones, and then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I can't really knock a guy for telling people to eat whole foods. Some of the things he says, yeah. So you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt and realise that it's never just about calories in, calories out. It's an old school mentality, and it's not going to get you anywhere fast. Now, sorry, almost knocked over my laptop there, bit of a wally. But what you need to do, you need to understand your body needs certain foods, and it needs to be able to have certain minerals, vitamins, phytonutrients, etc. And that's what's gonna keep you healthy. It's gonna keep you lean. Not worrying too much about the calories in. If you're eating real foods, you're not gonna be craving. When you start eating processed foods as well, you get hungry very, very quickly afterwards. Your hunger never seems to go away. But when you eat real foods, if you eat a proper meal, it's like probably when you eat a roast dinner. Probably keeps you full for quite a long time, rather than when you eat a bag of crisps. It doesn't keep you full for a long time. In fact, it can even make you crave more, especially with the E numbers and stuff they spray over them. So this is my little thought for the day. Yes, some of the things that Joe Wicks says are they're just wrong. But for a guy who's trying to get people to eat better and unprocessed foods, fair enough. Good luck to him. I'm not going to sit here hating people because doesn't do me any favours. It doesn't really change anything. But I just want you to just take things on board. And then, in regards of eating a meal from KFC, yes, it might be less calorie-wise, but what's it going to do to you? When you start putting these foods inside you that your body can't utilise, remember, everything that you eat is you. It's your blood, it's your cells. It turns into your organs, your tissues, your brain. It's either extremely aging. You're either every mouthful you take, you're either fighting disease or you're causing disease. You got to remember this, and energy it takes. And foods that are processed, they actually sap your energy life from you to create energy out of it. That's why you eat something rubbish, you feel tired afterwards. Where if you eat something really good, you feel energetic afterwards. So, the end on conclusion. Yes, the KFC meal has got less calories, but is it better than eating a meal full of real whole foods? No. But are there lots of variables around that in terms of is everything he says golden? No. So take everything with a pinch of salt, and if you're looking for real health, look at people who have got results with people who are really struggling. I mean, weight loss. I'm gonna be honest with you. Weight loss is easy. It's a bit of a given. We all know this. People eat far too many calories. People eat far too many rubbish foods. It leads to cravings. It leads to things like parasites proliferating. They have far too much bad bacteria in their body. They're highly stressed. It goes on and on and on. I can sit here talking about it for ages, but which I don't want to do. I've already gone too long as it is. Losing weight's easy, but guys, you start eating a diet full of whole foods, organic whole foods, with real fats, things like coconut oil, tallow, etc. You're having organic meats and you're eating organic vegetables. You're going to be far better off, even if those meals are higher in calories, than if you're eating meals from KFC, which are lower in calories. Because those foods going into your body are not going to do you any good in any way, shape or form. In fact, I think I'd rather, why be full of nothing? In fact, why be full of something that can give you disease? I'd rather be empty and let my body feed itself for a while than eat something like that, which I will do a video on at a later date. Okay, guys, those are my thoughts. Hope I haven't waffled on too long. Stay happy, stay healthy. Speak to you soon.